I hate my bum-ass friend because I'm low-key jealous of him.
I accidentally read my best friend's messages and found out what he actually thinks of me.
I regret saving my mom's life.
I've been pretending to be a grieving friend for 3 years. Sounds like a lot of work.
No. The first line says I know it sounds sociopathic. It does sound sociopathic. You gotta prove me wrong.
I think you're a terrible person.
Yeah. I think so too.
I have no sympathy for the fallout from that, and I would love to be a fly on the wall for that.
I hate my bum-ass friend because I'm low-key jealous of him. Darryl, what do you think of this title before we even get into the story?
I think that I would hate to be the friend that's reading this. If I'm a frequent Reddit user and I am the friend of OP, it would be a day ruiner, to be quite honest with you.
Oh my god, yeah, that's so real. Because, like, sometimes I'm reading these stories and I think to myself, hopefully they're not about me. You know, that would be an absolute nightmare that you go onto Reddit and you find a story written about yourself. And it's like, these details are really adding up to the thing that just happened to me.
You know what's even worse, though? If you stumble upon it, not on Reddit, but on YouTube, and you're watching this video.
Yeah.
Or just any other YouTuber. We've had that happen a couple times. Not often. It happens very rarely, but I can count maybe 1 or 2 times where someone has commented, you know, I was actually that person in that story.
Oh my god, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it is horrifying because you don't know if they're going to say anything or absolutely hate what you did, but haven't gotten that yet. So
yeah, I mean, hopefully whoever it is watches these confessions and says, wow, those are some really smart and well-read people who really have their wits about them. I would love for them to say that about me. That would feel nice.
About you? Not you personally, not me?
I mean, you too, but you know.
I mean, you too, but fuck you.
I'm very self-centered as an individual.
I am the important one.
I'm the important one here.
I'm the important one here.
I'm the important one here. To start off, he's not a bad dude. It's just, for the past 10 years since we graduated from high school, this motherfucker has absolutely done fuck all with his life.
Oh, come on.
No job, no education, trade school, or even attempts to learn any skills whatsoever. All he does is sit in his room, jerk off, play video games, watch anime, and scroll on Twitter, despite constantly complaining about the racism and shit on it.
He does all of it at the same time.
He's just doing all of it at the same time. Yeah. He's got so many arms.
He's got Attack on Titan on. He's got like the hub up.
Oh,
he's
God.
got trying to think of like a game that only like incels play. Escape from Tarkov. Can you believe these fucking people on Twitter?
Can you believe these people on Twitter? He says as he This guy. Wait, I think this guy.
Wait, I know this guy.
Wait, I know who he's talking about. I know. Is this story about me? This guy, I think me and him are on a wavelength, right?
Yeah.
He and I would both benefit from one of those Wall-E floating chairs where you're just...
Oh, yeah, because then you could do everything from that chair.
You're sipping soda. You can change your outfit from red to blue. You can do anything you want. You don't even have to know how to walk. I would love that. I bet this guy would love that.
More than likely. He definitely drinks Mountain Dew.
Definitely. I was at the halal cart the other day, and I saw that they had American Dew.
American Dew? Is that
American Dew.
Is that like an actual Mountain Dew licensed product that we are not sponsored by?
It's bottled by PepsiCo, so like,
oh yeah, so then it's definitely
Mountain
Mountain
Dew. The real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not to shit on Mountain Dew because like I'll do the Dew, you know, every once in a while. I do love Baja Blast. I do the Dew, and I do it hard.
Oh, you do it hard, do you?
Will's got somewhere to be in an hour, guys. I'm gonna make it my life goal to make that not happen.
Where was I?
After the racism. You left off on racism.
Okay. I try inviting him to hang out with some friends and go out, and it's like pulling teeth because this motherfucker refuses to learn how to drive because my anxiety. Or he's scared to go to parties and meet new people because my anxiety. Meanwhile, I've busted my ass through medical school and am getting married soon. Of course this wouldn't bother me so much if he also wasn't constantly bitching about the situation he's in. As you can imagine, his family is having financial difficulties. As you can imagine? Holy shit.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was kind of just focused on his own problems, but no, I didn't imagine his family having financial difficulties. Did not see that on my Reddit episode bingo card.
Oh my god. As you can imagine, his family's having financial difficulties, and he can't get a job because, surprise, no one wants to hire a bum with nothing on his resume outside of a few jobs he's done. A few jobs he's done, that could be anything. And what little money he's gotten from those, alongside selling some anime crap he has, he'd rather spend it on a fucking emulation machine despite already having two, because his only long-term plan is finally playing old DS games. But at the same time, I'm jealous that he has all this free time in the world to play video games, and I barely have any free time for myself these days. Like the other day, he was like, "Yo bro, did you beat Crimson Desert?" And I was like, "Honestly bro, I haven't played that much." He says back to me, "What's it been, like 2 months?" Anyways, I just finished the entire God of War franchise in like 2 weeks. Like, fuck, man, I wish I could play games and relax, but I'm busting my ass every day while making time for my fiance and other friends. I know some people are just gonna ask, why don't you stop talking to this dude? Well, like I said, he's a good dude. He was there for me when I was going through a dark period in my life, and he doesn't ask me for money or anything. Also, he's in the same group of friends I've had. It's a real qualifier, isn't it? He hasn't asked me for money, so he's going to be my friend.
I love that he keeps his standards high.
Oh my god. Also, he's in the same group of friends I've had since high school, and I'm worried that one day he's going to... And I don't want that to happen. Okay? It just sucks seeing him waste his life like this. Whew. Now that's a confession and a half.
Mind your own fucking business.
Mind your own business. This guy wants to live in squalor and play with Twitter and video games all day. That's fine.
Honestly, to each their own. And honestly, you're doing way too much judging. It's very clear that you are 100% jealous of your friend. And I think there are people who are definitely like this, who, you know, they're married, or they're going to be married, or they have kids, and they definitely miss that old life where they can just do nothing for a little while and have no consequences whatsoever.
It's a nice time where, like, okay, this guy doesn't get a lot of jobs, he doesn't do whatever, but you know, he is just kind of living his life. And perhaps I'm seeing a little bit of, not just a little bit of jealousy, I think I'm seeing a bit of jealousy, because, like, at the end of the day, this guy might want to be playing more video games, might want to be scrolling on Twitter a little bit more rather than hanging out with his family and friends.
Yeah, and his fiance. Like, I think you should leave your life behind. I think that you should just abandon your future and join your bro. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that if you want to live in squalor and filth and just leave your burdens at the door, I think that is a perfectly fine thing to do.
So we can all agree this guy should sell everything he has, leave his wife, move somewhere with a good internet connection, and just vibe. Hell, bring this guy with you.
Yeah. Leave his fiance. Like, they're not married yet. Just abandon that wedding. I'd imagine it's on the horizon.
I don't see a ring on that finger. I don't see a wedding ring on that finger.
So just abandon everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Get out while you still can.
Like Michael Scott from The Office said, engaged ain't married.
That's so real.
I think OP wants to marry his friend so that they can just live a life of luxury and debauchery.
Yeah.
But no, if I'm being honest, I think a lot of us wish that we could just chill and play video games and have no responsibilities. But honestly, man, I can't. The thing that keeps me going in life is having responsibilities, right? I have to get up. I have to make money. I have to make YouTube videos. And it's what's that sign? You telling me I'm talking too much?
This guy's a big talker.
Me?
I have to make YouTube videos.
I have to make YouTube videos because who else? What else am I gonna do with my time? You think I'm just gonna watch anime, scroll on Twitter, play video games, and jerk off? No, I do that on the weekends. But Monday through Friday, I'm here.
In the chair.
In this chair.
Strapped in. I don't even get up to use the bathroom.
Yeah. No seatbelt. No seatbelt. Contrary to popular belief, I am not strapped in.
He's definitely using
this chair.
He's definitely using a seatbelt.
Anyway, my real opinion about this is I don't necessarily think that this is something that you should be jealous of. I can see why. I mean, you've done a lot in your life. And I think that there's a lot of people. Think about it this way. If you're in his position, I wonder if you've even asked him how he feels about your life. You know, because I think that there might be some aspects of your life that your bum-ass friend might be jealous of. So
yeah, your bum-ass friend might be jealous of your fiance.
And the fact that they went through medical school and more than likely has a way better job.
I do see this disconnect, right? Because, like, you hang out with your friends, and all your friends ever want to do is, like, hang out more often and play video games more often and chill more often. And that's the real side of life, let's just be clear. And then you go to work, and they're like, yeah, I wear it as a badge of honor that I worked 80-hour weeks for 10 years to get past an unpaid internship. And it's like,
I'm not necessarily...
While that hits on LinkedIn, it doesn't hit in the real world among regular people. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, like, I love that you got your ass through medical school. I love that you could, and I want you to maybe take a little step back and put some more boundaries up between you and your employer and play some DS games more often. I think that would be a win-win. You low-key hate your bum-ass friend? Well, maybe you can. It's because you want to be your bum-ass friend. You are self-aware enough to have said that in the title. Do it. Why don't you do it?
Okay.
Would you rather, audience, would you rather always work or never work? Wait, that's just an
I think everyone's going to pick never work. I don't think anyone in their right mind.
Would you rather have no structure, lots of money, or structure, barely any money?
How about you have no structure, you know, like doing anything that you want, just having enough, or structure, it's repetitive, but you have a lot of money?
I got lost in the sauce of the words and didn't really comprehend it.
Okay. All right.
Okay, would you rather be invisible, but every time you turn invisible, you grow an inch?
Where?
In your height.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool for a couple times you use it, and then you're huge.
Yeah, and then your knees are fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And you grow immediately. It hurts.
Ah! We'll make it stop.
You leave for a week, you come back home, and you're an inch taller and also way richer.
I've had surgery on my knees 15 times over the last 20 years, but hey, I'm a trillionaire, baby.
I'm a trillionaire. What? You're walking past the bank teller at the bank. What? Imagine that I'm the bank teller. What's all that cash doing just floating out of the safe?
I'm sorry, what did you say, ma'am? I can't hear you. I'm all the way up here.
No, you're invisible.
Oh.
You don't get anything.
Forgot about the invisible part because we were harping too long about the height.
So you simultaneously, let's say you're doing it in public, you simultaneously turn uninvisible. You are now visible again, and you have this excruciating pain of getting taller immediately. Ah!
Excuse me, sir. One moment. Sarah, you gotta come in here. You have no idea what I just witnessed.
No one's going to believe you either. They're all going to make fun of you for getting heightening surgery, even though you promise you didn't. You just turned invisible and robbed a lot of dollars.
Men, would you rather get leg lengthening surgery that is going to probably cause a lot of health problems later on in your life and also have a very painful recovery, or stay a short king forever and probably never get any pussy? Next story! I accidentally read my best friend's messages and found out what he actually thinks of me. I'll never bring it up, but I can't unsee it.
This is like, oh my god, we were just talking about superpowers. This is like you can read someone's mind, but you can't choose not to.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, it would be a real curse.
This happened about 2 months ago, and I've been carrying it ever since. Me and D, have been best friends for like 7 years. We talk almost every day. He's the person I call when something goes wrong. Well, that's definitely not me. We've been through a lot together. I genuinely thought we were as close as two people can be. So his phone was on my couch, and a message popped up on the screen while he was in the bathroom. I wasn't trying to snoop. I just glanced over and saw my name. Then I read it. I know I shouldn't have kept
Reddit mention.
Oh my god!
Sorry,
I almost said that. And then like, thank you for being being my thank you for being the devil on my shoulder.
you're welcome.
And then I read it. I know I shouldn't have kept reading, but I did. He was texting some guy I've never met, complaining about me. Said I was exhausting to be around lately, that I make everything about myself, and that he hangs out with me mostly out of habit at this point. There were a few more things, but those are the ones that are still stuck in my head word for word. He came back, grabbed his phone. We watched the rest of the movie, and I acted completely normal. I don't think he noticed anything. And I've been acting normal ever since. I'm not going to confront him. I'm not going to bring it up. Partly because I know I wasn't supposed to see it, and partly because, honestly, I don't think I could handle that conversation. But something shifted. I still see him. We still talk. But there's this distance now that only I know about. I laugh at his jokes and make plans with him, and the whole time there's this thing sitting right underneath everything. I don't really know what I'm looking for by posting this. I just need to say it out loud somewhere, I guess.
This is exactly, oh my god, this is exactly what, you think that, like, a new friend thinks about you, and you tell yourself, no, that's stupid. No one thinks like that. I think like that about some people, but, like, you don't tell them.
Yeah,
and
that's an inside thought.
Oh my god. It's an inside thought, and it's an inside thought that this guy's I feel like an old timey Italian man. I feel like this guy is just going
He's a shit talker.
Anyway.
He's a shit talker. He's a shit person. He's a shit talker.
Yeah, he's just talking shit. He's just trying to get r/confession off his chest to someone that is not Reddit mention again. And man, you weren't supposed to see that. But also, I have some questions, right? Does your friend not have a lock on his phone?
Well, I mean,
feel like every single person I know has a lock on their phone.
Well, he didn't open the phone. He just saw the message pop up on the screen.
Complaining about how I was exhausting to be around lately, that I make everything about myself, and how he hangs out with me mostly out of habit at this point. Like a long-ass message exclusively from somebody else, because I'm pretty sure your own messages wouldn't pop up on there. Are we sure this is about you? I would check to make sure and look back in your memory to make sure that this is about you.
Also, don't look at other people's phones. I know you said you weren't trying to snoop or anything, but I mean, this is why whenever I'm hanging out with friends or my partner or anything like that, if they get a text message, the only way I'm seeing it is if I'm literally up in their shit and it happens to be popping up while we're looking at something on the phone together. That's just something that, me personally, that's just personal space. And also, if someone's talking shit about me, I don't need to know about it. I don't care to know about it.
No, it's good to operate off of the assumption that everybody likes you, because if they don't, so what? You know?
It's gotten me through life pretty well.
And you feel super secure all the time.
So about that message that you sent me last night, I think that we need to...
Oh wow, look at this comment. I think you guys should seriously consider what you read. Since you guys have such a long friendship and everything is still going fine except for how you see things now because of what you read, a small conversation would go a long way. And, they say other stuff, but I'm not reading that whole paragraph.
It's yeah, I'm not reading all that.
I'm not on the side of having a conversation about it. I think you should act like it never happened, and it could have been a dream. Is there any proof for what you saw? I would like to see said proof if you can...
email it to us at thedayDreamArcade@gmail.com.
thedayDreamArcade@gmail.com.
Just take my audio. It's fine. I think that if whether or not you want to have the conversation or not, I think that that's totally up to you.
Having a conversation? Okay, having a conversation with a significant other and people who you're committed to about boundaries is great. Having a talk with your friend... with whom shit's supposed to be easy. Do you feel the same way?
What do you mean?
I don't think friendship should be hard.
Yeah.
I think you should hang out with people because you're having a good time. And you're not in this committed relationship, and they're not a member of your family. If you want to get close enough to the point where they're a member of your family, you can do that. But right now, it's like, oh, you know this guy, and you basically hang out with him out of habit. It's like,
why are you still hanging with them then? You know? I mean, me personally, like, I wouldn't want to hang out with somebody that thinks I'm exhausting to be around. I'd much rather you, for your own sake, not waste your time on me.
Exactly.
And like, regardless if OP is the type of person that makes everything about themselves, I think that you shouldn't be shit talking somebody while you're hanging out with them. I don't know. That's just mean girl energy to me. Regardless of how OP acts, and I don't know the extent of their friendship, but
this is just how I feel generally. But like, I want to say this loud and proud: I'm not special. You're not special. You're not special. Everybody's got their special interests. Everybody's got their little quirks. Everybody thinks other people are annoying. If you think of yourself on a little bit of a pedestal, I don't know, take yourself down a peg. Take yourself down a peg and come live with the rest of us, because it would really do you some good.
Yeah. It's not so bad down here.
And that just really applies to the guy who's texting about his friend while hanging out with his friend. Like, that's just so shitty.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, the comment under the top one saying, as hurtful as it is, it's also true that seeing things from his perspective could go a long way. Maybe turn the conversation around about his life and what's been going on with him, etc. And work on yourself for what's been happening with you that is overwhelming for him to be there for. Yeah, and also talking about some healthy distance. I don't know, you know, if you've been best friends for 7 years, maybe it's time to just take a tiny break. There's nothing wrong with, you know, just distancing yourself from a friendship. If there's been tension building, you know, address it, don't address it, but either way, maybe some distance will do you some good. That's all I got to say.
Address your tension. I'm all behind addressing your tension.
Yeah. Next story.
I regret saving my mom's life. Yep, you read that right. It's just a regular piece of text, but I imagine that they said it like that. Yep, you read that right.
I know that societal norms teach us that we're supposed to love our parents from the womb to the tomb. But you know what? Sometimes life doesn't work out that way.
Years ago, my mother collapsed on her floor and nearly died. My brother called 911. My mom was rushed to the ER. They diagnosed her with idiopathic brachycardia. I got to the hospital just in time to argue with a surgeon who wanted to put a pacemaker in her, despite not knowing the cause of her slow heartbeat. I pushed for more testing, including a full line panel. That argument saved her life. Sadly, it didn't seem to increase her affection for me greatly. We've always had a complex relationship due to her resentment towards my arrival in her life prior to marriage, which was apparently my fault somehow, and the fact that I look like my dad. That could cause some issues, yeah.
Yeah, they probably got a divorce, and she probably hates his guts and hates her son because he looks like him. You know, not his fault whatsoever, but
Yeah. By no fault of your own, you look like the worst thing that's ever happened to her. Are you the worst thing that's ever happened to her? Maybe. That's okay though. You're the worst. Darryl, I'm sure you're the worst thing to ever happen to somebody, right? We're all like that.
Yeah.
Last year, my closest sibling / mom's favorite child took his own life. Oh no.
Yeah, I bet you regret laughing so hard at the beginning of the story, don't you?
I'd do it again.
And again.
Last year, my closest sibling / mom's favorite child took his own life, and the mother we share was an absolute monster of a lying, controlling, manipulative bitch. She told everyone that there was no suicide note, parentheses, a blatant lie, so that she could have a huge Catholic funeral, which the deceased specifically asked not to have. Oh, that just seems so shitty.
Yeah, no, first of all, lying about the notes is shitty in itself, but not respecting the wishes of the deceased is
dead?
one of the.
Are you kidding?
One of the biggest things that really pisses me off. And like I know we've talked like on the show before about how I fell out of Catholicism and stuff, but as I've gotten older, I think I was a lot more rebellious about it in my early to late 20s, where it's kind of just like, you know, fuck organized religion and shit. But it's kind of just I have come around to, you know, it did not benefit me, but that does not mean it benefits other people. But this is another big reason why I just don't really approve, and why I'm not a big fan. It's just the disrespect of somebody's last wish, and you don't respect that just because you want your way. I think
it just sucks so much because, like, in every circumstance, right? In so many circumstances, like in so many circumstances, like in this one, there is, you know, oh wow, so you had a Catholic funeral despite specifically not being asked not to do so. Like, okay, the name of the game in most religions is tolerance, and you're not gonna do that? Like, what are we doing now? You can believe whatever you want, I don't care, but like the moment you say that someone else has to believe something, that's the problem here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And saying that, oh god, it's just heartbreaking. You gotta respect the wishes of the dead, and that's just like, I would not have done anything close to this. It seems like the writer of this story would not have done anything close to this either, but let's get back to reading it.
Yeah. If you guys hate the mother, you're gonna hate her even more.
My brother was biologically intersex and had chosen a masculine name. The woman I once called mother didn't give a fuck about his wishes, though. She buried him where he didn't want to be buried, beneath a name he absolutely despised. Oh, God. So there you have it. If I could go back in time and save that woman's life all over again, I would choose not to. She is beyond dead to me.
Fair. Fair. If I could be so blunt.
It's a little fair. You have grounds to feel that way. But also, let me just like interject for a moment. Even though you wouldn't save her life now, you proved, like, in your mom's Catholicism, you proved how much, like, I'll say it, better of a human being you are than her by having the compassion to save her life when she really had no compassion whatsoever for your deceased brother. And you taking the moral high road, I think, is the right decision in the end. You have absolute reason to not want to choose to do that again, but I'm going to say that you made two good decisions this time around and that your confession is valid.
Yeah. I think that you could continue to be the bigger person by living your life the way that you want to, probably the way that your brother would want you to. And I am so sorry that your mother is just so delusional and caught up in her own ways and her own just bullshit that she just can't she just can't fucking get out of her own way. And unfortunately, time travel isn't a thing, but I agree with you, Will, that he is the bigger person by doing so, by saving her life, even though it's up for debate whether or not she deserves it.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is up for debate, but also, like, more people like you, OP, is a good thing. I'm not gonna, while that is true, less people like your mom does not also equal good thing. So, like, more people like you will have a positive impact on society as a whole, and you can carry that with you for the rest of your life.
I agree. I will read one comment here that I think sums, leaving it off in a very good way. Having a separate celebration that actually reflects who your brother was sounds a lot more meaningful than arguing over what already happened. The funeral is one day. The way you choose to remember him can last forever.
It's absolutely true, and like,
and that's getting
it is really beautiful. And to be pretty crude about it, your brother's going to be dead forever. I don't know why there's such a rush to have a funeral right now. So you can celebrate your brother however you want, whenever you want. It's not like the status of the situation is going to change.
A lot of people rush to have a funeral so that the body doesn't decompose.
Is that the case? I always found open caskets to be pretty weird.
They are very weird, dude. As someone who has attended most caskets I've been to have been open casket, and it's one of the strangest things to just see a husk of somebody that you once knew, because that's essentially what it is. It's just a husk.
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily want to. Fuck, I'm gonna ask. Have you ever touched a dead body?
Yes.
Isn't
at open casket funeral.
Yeah, at an open casket funeral. Isn't it the most bizarre fucking thing?
It really is, because it's like, it doesn't. It's just like.
It's not even like you're touching a doll or a replica of them. It's like you know that they're them, and maybe it's just that adds to the mind fuckery of it. But
I don't know. I think that in a way it does the same thing as like, if you die, if you have a dog, you're supposed to let the dog smell you to know that you're gone. In a way, I think that having the open casket funeral is the own little human way of like, okay, they are gone, we understand that. And then we fully understand the gravity of the situation when we get to see it. Mm-hmm. I think that makes sense. I don't feel that way personally, but I would understand if other people did feel that way.
Yeah. I think that's a very... you're keeping a very open mind. And I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it does cost a lot more money to have an open casket as opposed to not. So if I die, I'm saying it online. Don't do it.
Yep. I'm also going to say my wishes when I die are to be cremated or to possibly, be
You want to get creamed when you die?
I would love that. I didn't say that, but because you brought it up, I think that I've been thinking about it for a little while. And I think that I would absolutely love to get creamed when I die.
Fuck.
No. Anyway, I'm just throwing it out there. When I die, I want to be cremated, or that when you get planted into the ground and you become a tree.
Mm-hmm. You become a tree, or like I don't know. I wouldn't mind being like thrown into the alligator enclosure. After all, I'm already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like whatever you can use my body for, that would be great. I don't really care. Moving on, to the final story. Moving on to the final story.
To the finals. All right.
To the finals.
I've been pretending to be a grieving friend for 3 years to stay in my social circle. Sounds like a lot of work.
No. The first line says, I know it sounds sociopathic. It does sound sociopathic. You got to prove me wrong.
Yeah. All right. I know how this sounds. I know it sounds sociopathic. I'm writing this because I feel like I'm actually losing my mind from the effort keeping up the act. And I can't tell anyone in my real life about it because the whole thing is built on a lie. About 3 years ago, a girl in my close-knit friend group, let's call her Maya, passed away in a car accident. It was sudden, devastating, and it completely reshaped the group. Everyone was devastated. They leaned on each other. They had memorial dinners. They shared stories, and they bonded over the shared trauma of losing her. The truth is, I wasn't even particularly close to Maya. We were acquaintances at best. We talked at parties and occasionally sent memes, but that was it. I never felt a deep connection to her, and when I heard the news, my initial reaction wasn't grief. It was a mild sense of shock that something like that had happened. But then I saw how the group bonded. They were all so tight, and they were all mourning this loss together. I realized that if I didn't participate in that mourning, I would be the outlier. I would be the only person who didn't get it. And I feared that would make me an outcast. So, when the first memorial service happened, I went. I cried. I shared a vague, polite memory of her that I basically had made up on the spot about how she was always, quote, so kind to everyone. It worked. Too well. The group actually pulled me closer because they thought I was the more sensitive ones who really felt the loss.
Ugh.
Now, 3 years later, I am trapped. I'm part of this core group of friends who all view me as a pillar of support because of how deeply I cared about Maya. Every time we grab drinks or go on trips, someone brings her up. They talk about how much she's missed or how much she would have loved the specific restaurant, and I have to sit there and nod and offer these hollow, performative sentiments. I have to pretend to have all these internal pangs of sadness that I simply do not feel. It has become a massive mental drain. I find myself rehearsing what I'll say if someone asks me a direct question about a memory I don't have. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, I know we're at the end of the story, y'all, but that's wild. I feel like a complete fraud every time I hug one of them. The worst part is that the more they rely on me for emotional support, I feel like I'm digging a hole that I can never climb out of. If I ever came clean, I wouldn't just lose Maya's memory. I would lose every single one of these people. I built an entire persona based on a fake version of my own empathy, and I don't know how much longer I can play the part without breaking down.
That's
take.
sociopathic. It's
take.
just It's sociopathic. I think it's sociopathic.
I think you're a terrible person. I think this is,
I think
you
so
have
too.
done this on your own. And to be quite honest, if they end up finding out, which chances are they will, I'd have no sympathy for the fallout from that. And I would love to be a fly on the wall for that.
I have a little sympathy for that, but that's like it's so easy. Like, God, I am not going to get into it on this channel. I never will. But there was someone who a friend group of mine had a close friend of theirs that passed away. I didn't know them at all. And so what you say in that situation is, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm here for you. I didn't know him that well. That's okay. That is okay to say.
Yeah.
And you should have done that. And I don't know why you decided not to do that. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you...
I've always been...
You are digging yourself a hole that you can't get out of. Yeah, you gotta find a way to distance yourself from this group. You don't have to tell them that you actually were a fraud the entire time. But, like, oh my God, if you want to stay in this friend group, you're going to continue feeling this way. And if you decide to leave the friend group, that's what I would support.
I would love to... as I was reading through this, in the back of my head, I was getting ready to prepare the whole... grief it's not linear, and people have to find their own way of grieving. But as I just continued to read the story, it unfolded. I was just, oh my God, you're right. This is 100% sociopathic, and man, my chest is tight for these people, and I don't even know them. I just, oh my God, what a fraud. What an absolute fraud.
If you're watching this video, don't do that. Please. That's a bad idea. Don't do it. I know that you want to fit in. You can fit in with them for other reasons.
You can fit in by not doing something like this.
Yeah. Find something else. There's a ton of people at the park. Go to the park, you'll find some friends.
Oh my God. And I also wonder how sad OP's life is outside of this friend group, that they felt that this was their chance, their only chance of having close friendships like this. Long story short, don't lie to people. Don't lie to people.
Yeah. Most of the time. But like what I'm seeing as I'm skimming through these comments is like, okay, they did do one good thing. They did take on this role as a shoulder to cry on. And that's nice. I think you are making up in your mind that you had to have experienced the loss the same way to be that shoulder to cry on. Like, I disagree. Like you could have brought them closer through other means, talked about other stuff. It doesn't. I don't even know what to say about this. I don't know what you should do going forward. But I'm happy you.
I wonder if
Yeah.
OP had just continued being friendly, obviously not to the point where they're lying and just continuing to just dig this hole, but if they would have ended up bringing OP into their friend group anyway. And
yeah, exactly.
It could have just been that simple.
Yeah.
But man, 3 years is a long time to carry on this lie.
I hope you're making it sound more intensive than it actually is, but like I'm latching onto this sentence down here. I have to sit there and nod and offer hollow performative sentiments. You do not have to do that. I have to pretend to have these internal pangs of sadness I don't feel. You don't have to pretend to do that. It's been 3 years at this point. You don't have to pretend to feel all that stuff again. And maybe have a sense like you're moving on, because you don't have to deal with all that. You just don't. And I don't know, and you're continuing to make this choice now when you could have made this choice yesterday, the day before, 3 years ago. You can make it tomorrow. I hope you make it tomorrow. Stop pretending. I'm
looking through their comments trying to see if they made any kind of post or something to follow up with, but I don't see anything. So it was kind of like a pump and dump kind of post. But they're active in a bunch of other subreddits.
I know how it sounds. It sounds pretty sociopathic. It is. It's like so funny because is this what people do? Do people just have these side quests where they go and act like a complete dick for years on end? Oh my god.
I don't know. What's the moral of the story here?
The moral of the story, not just this one but the other ones, is don't step on the dead. They're gone. Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, you're dead.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And also, I will say this. I've gone to funerals in my own family where I thought I was going to be a lot sadder than I was. And I felt incredibly guilty afterwards. But I think everyone grieves in their own way. And
everybody grieves in their own way, and here's the main thing about it that I think about in regard to death is when someone dies, it's something that you can't really comprehend, because where do they go? Nobody knows. Do they go anywhere? Nobody knows. But the real thing that I latch onto is if you don't see your friend today, you don't hear from them, you don't get a text, you're not going to sit there mourning, crying by your phone as if something happened. But all of a sudden the news of them passing changes that fact for some reason, changes how you approach every day. And sometimes that happiness that you get from people, that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away at all. It's whatever relationship you had isn't somehow gone. It's
the memories
changed. It's changed. It's changed. And that's if you don't feel sad at somebody's funeral, that's okay. If you feel really sad at someone's funeral and you weren't expecting to, that's okay too. You shouldn't feel super guilty for however the death makes you feel. But what you do have to be is respectful. And I don't think that OP is being respectful.
No, absolutely not. And let's say the afterlife is real, and Maya is looking down and seeing this happening. I bet she is flipping her fucking lid.
Mm-hmm. I bet so too.
Yeah, I bet she's
thinking.
She's asking the nearest. Yeah, she's asking the nearest representative in the afterlife, how do I haunt somebody?
Unless you believe that the deceased Maya is on your shoulder telling you to do this as a prank, I don't support you. But if
what if she is? What if she is?
doing
What
that-
if this is like some
if
fucked
she's
up
doing
horror
that, I
movie?
absolutely support you. It completely flips the story on its head, and I would support you 100%.
Wait, what? Wait. I didn't follow you there at the end.
If the deceased Maya is on your shoulder telling you to do this as a prank, I support you.
But are we talking like that she's like legitimately in the sense like the angel or devil on her shoulder? Like she's physically there telling her this stuff? Or is this some kind of like...
What are my hands doing?
Or is this some kind of delusional psychosis thing that needs OP to be thrown into a mental asylum?
I think that's your new angle, OP. I think you go to your friends and you say, I wasn't
Maya
really
told
that close
me
to Maya,
that
but Maya told me that she wants me to be closer to you instead of her.
And also, Maya says that she misses you. Why are you all getting angry?
I'm getting a feeling. Maya says your hair looks stupid that way, and blue would look better than green.
Wait, why are you all mad?
Why are you all mad? Oh, wait, what? You don't believe me? Maya doesn't respect that. Maya doesn't like that.
Maya says I don't have to put the knife down. We had to end it on some sort of note that wasn't sad.
We had to end it lighthearted. I hope that was okay with you all. Thank you for watching, I guess. Whatever.
Anyway, that's gonna be the episode. Thank you, Wheels, for watching this. Will, anything to add?
Yeah, I was thinking one thing. First, we didn't do our word of the day. Do you have the word of the day?
Sociopath.
Ooh, good word of the day. I don't even know what it particularly means.
Google is your friend.
Google's not my friend.
Google is everyone's friend. What are you talking about?
Google is not my friend.
And guys, if you enjoyed this episode, you can find this and all of the other videos on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Feel free to follow us there, leave a rating on the show. It genuinely helps the show out. So shout out to everyone who has been listening and or watching over there on those platforms.
So, Darryl, what do you think of the post-credit scene?
Oh, this is the post-credit scene?
This is the post-credit scene. Do you like it?
I like it. I would go as far as to say I love the post-credit scene.